Good morning, students. Welcome back to ICT class. This is our video class number 45. And in the previous class, we have already started 7th chapter, Working of Internet, isn't it? And in today's class, we are continuing with 7th chapter and we are going to discuss the remaining topics in 7th chapter. The remaining topics are some theory basics, some definitions, and we are already familiar with these all topics like email, social media, then World Wide Web, etc. So we are going to discuss the remaining topics in this video class. Okay. So before moving on to today's session, let us see the slides to understand what all are the topics that we had discussed in our previous class. Two topics which we have discussed in our previous class. One is establishing global network, and there we have seen the uses of internet. And second topic was server computer and DNS. Every company or institution has its own server computer to which every data are stored and all the people can access the data from the server computer. And DNS means it identified the domain names instead of IP address and vice versa. So these are the previous class topics. And in today's class we are going to discuss about the next two topics, which is the end topics in 7th chapter. One is information on the internet and second topic is different type of web services. So the learning objective behind today's session is
the learner understand about web pages and World Wide Web, and also to learn about different web services in internet like email, social media, e-banking and e-governance. So these are today's class topics.
So let's start today's class session. In today's class, we are going to discuss two topics. So let's start this class session with the first topic, information on the internet. So in this topic, there are three subtopics: web pages, www, and URL, uniform resource locator. So let's start with the first topic, web pages. What do you know about web pages? You already created web pages using HTML, isn't it? So the definition is web pages are pages that created using HTML language. This indicates that the pages which we are going to publish in the internet, that is known as web pages. Web pages are created using which language? HTML language. Then what is stored in a server computer? When you open a website, you can see different images, different web pages, then different audios, pictures, etc. So this together comprises a website. You are opening Don Bosco website, isn't it? So when you open that website, you can see different tabs, which means different new pages like academics, extracurricular activities, then exams, then what, staff login, parent login, etc. So these all are different web pages. Each tab, when you click on each tab, it will get opened in new tabs, which means it has different web pages. So a website comprises different web pages, then images, videos, sounds, etc. So this is known as website. Web pages means pages created using HTML which are meant to be published on the internet, and website means this all things together comprises a website. So let's see an example for the web page and also a website. Okay.
Open a search engine. Here you can see Google search engine. Type a corresponding website address. Here I have given www.keralatourism.org. So this is the website of keralatourism.org. And if you wish to save the files stored in this website, just right click over here. Here you can see save page as option. So click on the save page as option and save it in the corresponding folder. After saving, just minimize this and then here you can see the corresponding folder. So double click to open. There you can see a lot of files. So these files together create the corresponding website. In the similar way, from every website we can save the corresponding files from this website. Here you can see the HTML code to create that website. CSS codes also are there and different images are there. So this together constitute the corresponding what? Website. Okay.
So you have seen an example for website and different web pages and what all are the information that is stored in a website. So how these files are exchanged or how this HTML files convey the information. So in the network chapter you already have studied, for networking we need one protocol called TCP. Then for giving automatically an IP address, server, it consists of another protocol called DHCP. So similar to this, while opening a website, it can exchange the files or resource files, or it can convey the HTML files using a protocol called HTTP. It's an application protocol. It is inbuilt in that network in order to convey the HTML file and also to exchange the files between them. So HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, so HTTP is a application protocol used to exchange or convey the information between the exchange of files. So this is an application protocol used in web pages or website, while opening this website and web pages. So this is about first topic, web pages. Next we are moving to next subtopic, which is www. We are searching each and every information using the tag called www, World Wide Web. What do you mean by www? It's a hyperlink. You have studied giving hyperlink in Impress chapter. In LibreOffice Impress chapter in previous year, you already have studied of giving hyperlink to next pages. It is oriented with internet. When you click on one particular topic, it will redirect us to the browser. We can see each and every information related to that topic. We are giving hyperlink to Wikipedia. Do you remember that activity which you have done in last year, 9th standard? So www means what? Providing hyperlink to a particular topic so that we can see the information or details regarding that topic. So let's see what is www in detail.
Here in Wikipedia, I have opened one particular topic which is known as climate change. Here you can see several words in what? Blue color. This is known as providing hyperlink. These all are given using hyperlink. Suppose I am clicking on this particular word, global warming. If you click on this particular word, you can see the information related to global warming. And if you click on this particular greenhouse gases, if you click on this topic, you can see the information related to greenhouse gases. And in this page also you can see several hyperlinks. So hyperlink means we can provide hyperlink from one particular topic to another pages regarding detailed information, and this technique is known as, or this network comprising such many hyperlinks is known as World Wide Web, WWW.
So next topic in this first main topic, information on the internet, is URL. URL means Uniform Resource Locator. What do you mean by URL? Have you heard about this term? So I have already mentioned about web pages. When you open different web pages from a website, have you noticed that address, website address? It will get changed, which means that for every web pages, for every information, it has a separate address and it is known as Uniform Resource Locator. Uniform Resource Locator. It is given in page number 108. In one table, it is given resource index. So this URL consists of three main things. In a website called, in an address called URL like this, HTTP, then what? Slash, then www dot, like that. A particular address is given, separate address is given to each and every web page and every information. So this particular address, this particular URL consists of three main part. The first part is the protocol which it is used. Second part is the name of that website. And third part will be the place where that information get stored. For example, in our Don Bosco website, you can see different tabs. One tab is academics. So when you click on that academics tab, another web page will get open related to the information academics. So there you can see the website address, a new website address for this academics. So that website address you can see three main part. One is what the protocol to be used. Second part is the name of that website, and third part will be the information where it get stored, the place of that information. So this is what URL. Let's see an example.
Here you can see the corresponding website of www.keralatourism.org. It is the main website address. Then here you can see several tabs, different tabs. Suppose I am going to search for this tab, Experience Kerala. If you click on this particular tab, if you click on one particular tab, here you can see the change in the website address. So this is known as URL. Okay, for every tabs we will get separate address, and it is known as Uniform Resource Locator, and it consists of three main things. One is the protocol used. Here it is HTTP, and next is the website name, www.keralatourism.org, the website name, and third thing is the place where the corresponding topic is saved, shooting locations, Adirapalli and Vadachal. To this file, this particular web page is stored. So these are the three main things that we can see in URL.
So this is what mean by Uniform Resource Locator, URL. And while using this website, we can see different website for different use, and it is given in page number 109, a table. First example is online Malayalam newspaper. Here you can see an example. For Malayalam online newspaper, we can search for the website Suprabhadam, then Deshabhimani, Malayalam Manorama, etc. So one example is done for you. Other table, other is your homework. So you have to complete this table as homework. So try to find out the website name for each and every field given. So first topic is over. Hope you all have understood that topic. Information on the internet. There we have seen www, web pages, website, then URL. So next we are moving to second topic, which is different web services offered by the internet. What are the different web services? Different web services. Different web services. So two ways of sharing information. One is we can post the video. We can create videos by ourselves and we can post it on YouTube. Nowadays, during this lockdown, everyone are creating their own YouTube channel, isn't it? So there are some sites for sharing videos that we create. And second way to share the information is to publish our writings, which means we can publish articles, poems or stories by our own in some websites called blog. For example, wordpress.com, blogger.com, etc. Here you can see wordpress.com. So two ways of sharing information is, one is sharing videos on the YouTube, and then second one is we can publish our own articles, poems, etc. using blog. Next one, small topic in your textbook. Who owns internet? It is given in one table, page number 110. Who owns internet? So three main services are there. So just read your textbook. There are some directives in order to own the internet. Three main organizations are there. One is Internet Society for overall supervision of the structure of internet. And second one is Internet Engineering Task Force, page number 110. Internet Engineering Task Force, and this committee manages the technical structure of the internet and make arrangement for the stability of this internet. And last organization is Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, the DNS, which automatically gives the domain name for website, comes under the supervision of this particular committee. This committee will control the naming, DNS. Okay. So this is three main organization that owns the internet. It is given in page number 110 in one table. So study that three names and what is its responsibility or duty. So next we are moving to the last topic in 7th chapter, which is different web services. So you have already seen, to share the information using internet we are using YouTube and blog. Then another different web services are provided by the internet, and 4 of them are given in your textbook. One is email, social media, e-banking and e-governance. So first topic is email. You already know, you already have created your own account in in Gmail. So what do you mean by email? Electronic mail, which is used to send and receive letters. And there are some service providers who offer this facility to people. And what are the service provider? Gmail.com, Yahoo.com, Rediff.com. So these are some service provider who provide this facility to people. So this is what you mean by email. And second web service is social media. You already familiar with the social media. You all using social medias like Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc. So another social medias are Twitter, then one diaspora. It is one individual media. So what do you mean by social media? We can easily share the information and we can reach out the people. For example, during flood time, many people living in abroad was very upset about their family members. So by using the social media, for example, Facebook has created so many groups and helped the flood victims. So we can easily share the information using this kind of medias. This is what known as social media. And while using the social media, many things are there to remember. Some general instructions or some general guidelines which we should follow. It is given in page number 112. Things to remember while using social media. Just read that points. Page number 112. What has been posted once cannot be taken back. So keep your personal information private. If any disaster happens in your locality, we are not supposed to share any fearful fake messages. We are not supposed to share any fake messages. Then, making vulgar messages are crimes. Then bear in mind that those who commit cyber crimes cannot remain hidden forever. Then last point to be remembered, profiles that are put up in social media may sometimes be stolen. So be aware of that. So these are some things to remember while using social media. So just read that points. It won't ask for your exam. For your sake, it is given in your textbook. While using social media, just remember this points. So one is email. Next one is social media. Just study what is social media and what are the examples. Then next web service is e-banking. What do you mean by e-banking? There are some banking sites in Google. For every bank, it has its own website. So by using this banking site, we can do what? We can find out the details of the account from any place at any time, and we can examine our recent transaction, and we can transfer money to another account, and also we can pay the telephone bill, electricity bill, etc. Here you can see an image of State Bank of Travancore. It is a banking site. So here you can see an example. By using a banking site, we can transfer the money from one account to another account. We can view our balance. We can pay telephone bill, electricity bill, etc. And instead of this banking site, another app is available in our mobile phone like Google Pay, Paytm, etc. So these are all banking related to e-banking. We can view the recent transactions and we can do the transactions using this banking site. Last web service is e-governance. From the name itself, you came to know that what is e-governance? Government site like KICB, BSNL, then what village office, each and every things are related to e-governance. So we can pay the electricity bill using KICB site. We can pay the BSNL bill using BSNL website, and it is given in your textbook, and also here you can see the image of that website BSNL bill. We can type the mobile number and we can type the bill number and just click on the proceed button, then we can pay the bill. So while using this site, this kind of website, they will generate one time password, which is known as OTP. Have you heard about this term? One time password. This definition is given in your textbook to ensure that our online transactions are secure. It is known as OTP. They will send one particular number to ensure that we are doing this corresponding transaction. So this is known as OTP. They will share this number. We can enter the number and we can pay the bill. We can do the transactions by using this one-time password. So these are some examples of e-governance web service. And another one example is another website called HSCAP. What do you mean by this website? When you are taking allotment for +1, the government has provided one site, and that site is known as HSCAP. You are doing Eggalagam and all. Allotment of seats, then we can see our allotment, then what trial allotment, first allotment, each and every details are given in HSCAP website. By this website, it is for securing admissions for higher secondary education. So here comes an end to 7th chapter. It is very easy chapter. First part is a new term for you, and these topics are very familiar for you. Just read your textbook. That only you have to do, and know any what new terms are there in these topics. What email, social media, banking, governance, everything. You know, you are doing this kind of web services using internet. So that's our 7th chapter. 7th chapter is over. Today we have discussed about only two main topics. One is information on the internet. There we have seen what web pages, website, www, and last topic URL. And next here, second topic was different web services. Here you can see email, social media, e-banking and e-governance. So two topics we have discussed in today's class, and when you see your textbook you can see a vast area. So just read your textbook. So here comes an end to 7th chapter. So let's summarize chapter 7. In 7th chapter, working of internet, we had discussed about global network, which means internet and its uses. And second topic was server computer. It is a computer in which a website is hosted on the internet. For example, every website, every institution has its own server computer. For example, Kerala Kalamandalam. And IP address and domain name. Though you can see DNS server, domain name service. It is the service in internet used to identify the corresponding IP address of a domain and vice versa. Next we had discussed about web pages and URL. In today's class, information on the internet. Web pages are pages created in HTML. Website means this together comprising website, and www means network comprising many pages with hyperlink to more pages on the internet is World Wide Web. And URL means apart from the domain name, every file in a website will have separate address, and that address is known as what? URL. So these are some kind of information on the internet, and for this every information they are using one application protocol called HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So in networking we are using TCP protocol. Here we are using HTTP protocol. Then last topic was different web services. We can share the information using internet by using YouTube and bloggers. And another web service is offered using internet is email, social media, e-banking and e-governance. For e-banking and e-governance there are different websites. For e-banking, each and every banking websites are there. We can view the recent transaction. We can transfer the money using those e-banking website. E-governance means every government websites are related to e-governance. For example, BSNL, we can pay the bill, telephone bill using BSNL website. KISCB for paying the electricity bill, and then HSCAP. It is a website for securing admission in higher secondary education. So these are all related to e-governance. Here is the homework for you. Try to complete this homework and write it in your notebook. So that's all for today. Here comes an end to 7th chapter. 7th chapter is such an easy chapter. Everything's are related to internet, so you are using in your day-to-day life, so just read that chapter. Okay, so one more chapter is remaining in part 2 ICT textbook. It is operating system. So from next class onwards we can start a new chapter. So complete your notes. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.